Monday, everyone. Welcome into Geeks and Gamers Daily. We almost didn't make it today. All right. We had technical difficulties. I know that's probably the first time you've ever heard a Geeks and Gamers stream potentially having technical difficulties. But the professionals that we are, we got it figured out. Jay, do you know what I did to figure out the technical difficulties?
No, but I need to learn. So
listen now, I'm a seasoned veteran, okay? I'm a seasoned veteran, so don't try this at home, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I have a lot of years of experience, a lot of education, and a lot of experience, but when I had issues with my microphone, I went through the tedious process of unplugging it and plugging it back in. And boom, it starts working. So you're welcome for the advice. Again, I wouldn't try this at home. This is something that you need special training in, and I have the special training. So so unplugged it and I plugged it back in, and it started working pretty well. So I am pretty much an expert at this point in time, and I want to thank Jay for helping me along the way, because without his expertise, I'm not sure we would have had a show today. So thank you, Jay. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's usually the on and off, and then if that doesn't work, you give it a little shimmy shake.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear anything rattling in there,
yeah.
Then you blow on it.
Mm-hmm.
That always seems to help. You know, when my car breaks down, just get out there and blow on it.
Is that what you do with your car breaks down, Jay?
Shake it a little bit, kick the tire. Maybe that'll get it to start.
Oh man, oh man.
You know,
only Jay.
Sometimes it works.
But anyway, welcome in, everyone. Welcome in to Geeks and Gamers Daily. And hey, look, off the start, all right? We've got to talk about it because you've only got a little while. You've only got a week. But we have the IDOT Halloween edition. It is available until October 1st. We have hoodies and we have t-shirts. So IDOT Halloween edition right there. Hoodies and t-shirts. I think that's a cool ass design right there. I dig it. I hope you guys like it. But I think that that's a badass design right there. Rise of the IDOT's Halloween edition right there. So make sure you go check that out over on 221B. Mods will be dropping links. There's Jessica's got one there, so I will pin that message. Also, can we talk about where we were this weekend?
I was about to say, speaking of Halloween
and
spooky season,
yeah,
we did park hopping did a little trip. So that's why Jeremy was out of town. We went to Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. We got a special invite to come out and film before their grand opening. Was really awesome. It's been in business for about 10 years. So this was the media night preview. It was really awesome. Shout out to Krista for putting all that stuff together.
Do you have the video?
It's on Twitter. They posted
I'll pull it up. So I'll be honest. So Krista set all of this up. Is it on Park Hopping? Is that where it's at?
That's on Twitter.
Yeah,
I got it.
Okay, so before you show that, or before I can share it really quick here, but so Krista had all this set up, and I'm gonna be honest, and I walked straight up to one of the bosses there, and I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt like this was probably gonna suck when we were invited out, because I didn't know anything about it.
It's in the middle of Polk County, and if you don't know much about Polk County, it's you get a little nervous driving."
Yeah. So
driving through, because
I was very like, this is probably
Southern South sticks.
I was like, this is probably gonna suck. It 1000% did not suck, to the point where I went up to the some of the people in charge of it, and I told them, I'm like, I would like to do something, maybe not this year because it's such short notice, but maybe we could do like a meetup next year. I'd love to bring people out there and experience it, because if you like haunted attractions and things like that, it's really good. So we got this video right here, Krista put together. Here we go.
The hayride was spectacular.
Yes, it was. I hope I don't get hit for copyright on that.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Fuck me. Fuck
I mean,
me.
it's okay on TikTok, but it might not be okay on YouTube.
So there you go. I had to mute it, but yeah, man, this was really cool. This was an awesome event, and I'm really happy that we were able to go out there. So if you're interested, go check it out.
The vlog is she's working on the full. Listen, we recorded like 2 hours of footage while we were there. We sent Krista in the haunted. She doesn't do haunted houses at all. So we were like, look, you got invited out. You got to go first. So off they go. We sent Krista in first. They sent her in by herself while we had cameras like way behind. Me and Beardo had corn dogs and pickles. So
I got it.
There's a lot of footage she's got to edit, so it could take like another day, but she's putting it all together now. So it was really cool. Jeremy got to meet the owner, and you were talking about like a get together, maybe down the years. But
I'd love to bring the peeps out for something like that if possible, man. So there's one other clip I'm trying to find that I want to show everybody, and it's so there was one particular house where they had us go through, and they were like, you have to we want you to use the front facing camera. You know what I mean? So you can kind of get the experience or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe this is it. If I can get anything to work. I don't know why nothing's working right now. Yeah, I don't know why that's not working. Let me see if I can download that. But anyway, really great experience. And I was super, super happy with everything. Like I said, I was nervous. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Is this actually going to be good or not? And it absolutely was good. So shout out to them. They just
was like, I don't know if this, I guess it's semi spoilers. There's just one, you walk through a house and you go through the closet. Oh, dude, that was freaking. And you just have to experience it to like understand how like terrifying that one part was. So.
Well,
I just think the hayride was just such a cool like twist on that too, because a tractor comes up. There wasn't a bad seat. They made sure like every seat was a good seat, and they just pull you around like the backwoods of Polk County through barns and stuff like that. I was like, this is pretty amazing. So
good old Polk County, man.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see if I can find this this little clip that I'm gonna upload it to Twitter and see if I can get it. But in the meantime, Jay, why don't you read a couple super chats so we can buy me a few minutes? Yeah, I have to spell it out for Jay because I'm like, Jay, you wanna?
They're doing it again for 2. I'm ready for Beardo tomorrow. Haha.
Who?
Oh, I can only imagine. Lord Botha says, shout out to our boy Ryan Kennel, Justin Fields. Ooh.
Yeah, aren't the Steelers 3-0 now with Justin Fields? 3-0.
Yeah. Golden Nuggets for 2. I agree with Jay, the best of us. Oh, you're just saying that. You're just being nice. Thank you. 1 foot out the door says Jeremy had to restart. Hail the 199.
Hail.
Pretty much.
Here we go. This is one moment inside one of the scare houses, okay? This is one moment. So here we go right here.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the pets.
She got blasted.
Now listen, behind her, watch. Dude, it was so great, man. That was an awesome moment. So I was absolutely loving it, man. That was good stuff indeed. So but yeah, shout out to them. It was a great moment. So good stuff. All right, continue reading.
Tobias Nexus for 5. IT department, have you tried turning it on and off again? The IT crowd.
Yeah, listen, I'm thinking about starting a separate business where I actually just help out people with technical difficulties. And I was like, if you call our 1-800 number, you have to send in a $20 super chat, and then I will advise you on your technical difficulties. And they're like, oh, well, my computer's doing this. And I'm like, okay, well, first thing I want you to do is, first of all, sign this waiver. Just understand that I'm not responsible for anything that could go wrong or right at this point in time. I'm just giving you some professional advice. Secondly, after you pay the premium fee, I will then advise you to turn it off and turn it back on again. And if that doesn't work, then we take it to the next level, which is unplugging it and plugging it back in. I think I could make a lot of money off of this. I think I can make I can make a decent amount of money personally.
I agree with my Nurgle J for 2. My goodness, Ron, you changed your avatar. Morning, Jay. Oh yeah, and your sidekick too. Thank you for the $2.
I saw Bruce just said he picked up the shirt, so thank you. So yeah, shirts and hoodies available. Limited time. This ends October 1st. October 1st. That way we can get these shipped out to you guys. So if you're interested, please go over there and check that out. Let's see, where you at, Jay?
George Ramirez.
Happy Positivity Monday, guys. That letter to the DOJ released about Trump's second wannabe assassin is insane. They aren't hiding it anymore. Yes, I am going to talk about that. I can't believe that. Woke up this morning to see that the Department of Justice has released essentially the way it appears is that they've released a hit on Trump, essentially. Like, I can't believe they released that, but I'll get into that on CobraCast.
Crazy.
Absolutely
We've already
insane.
got sports super chats and political super chats.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to a Geeks Gamers stream. Welcome to a Geeks Gamers stream. Cole Hauser says, good morning, Jeremy and Jay. Looks like that trash Transformers 1 is a failure, and rightly so. G1 is the true Transformers. All they did was focus on celebrities rather than the Transformers themselves. 199. I got to be honest, I've heard mixed things about it. I've heard some people say it's good. I think I saw Rodimus Prime on the chat said that he was a fan of it. I've heard some Transformers fans have actually spoke highly of Transformers 1. I did not like the trailer when I saw it, but yeah, I've heard mixed things on it.
Man, I don't know. I'll wait for it to like show up on TV eventually.
Yeah. Also, you know what else? I'm gonna watch The Penguin. I've heard really good stuff about The Penguin.
I've heard good stuff about The Penguin, but again, their marketing has been terrible. Like they asked the guys, they're like, why did you change the Penguin's name, from Oswald Cobblepot? And he's just like, well, we just wanted to put a little modern spin. I hope people can forgive us. And then the next one was like, the next interview was Colin Farrell was like, yeah, we don't want to use the word penguin in the show. It's probably, you're just going to hear it a few times. So it's like, so it made like, it might have turned people off, but word of mouth will always win. Look at the chat. Everyone's saying Penguin is legit. Penguin is good.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Like the word of mouth always wins.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to.
I never finished House of Dragon 2.
I never started it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I started the first episode, and I don't know, man. I just can't get invested in Game of Thrones. I just can't do it. I just don't fucking care.
That's like me, like with the Rings of Power. I haven't even bothered.
I
just rather watch people like talk about it. It's much more entertaining.
Mm-hmm,
so I'm glad everyone in the chat says Penguin is legit. That's good to know. That's guys. I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm. So check that out. But you know something that's not in good shape, Jay? Do you know what's not in good shape? Apparently, according to the internet, Star Wars Daisy Ridley movie rumored on hold. Now, this has been going around for a few weeks now, but it started to pick up some steam over the last couple of days, and then Star Wars Theory put out a tweet talking about it, and that got even more people talking. And that's the rumor right now, is that the Daisy Ridley movie is on hold.
Because called it, by the way.
Huh?
Called it 6 months ago.
Yeah, man, dude, I've been saying that this movie was I think I want to be careful about this because I'm trying to remember, man. It's just I want to remember. I think I predicted this movie would never happen. I think I predicted this movie would never happen, if I'm not mistaken. And it's because, well, number one, nobody cares about Rey as a character. Nobody. Now, because we're in this weird era where a bunch of fucking losers on Twitter will continue to lie about everything that we say and misrepresent everything we say, I will clarify what I've said 1,000 other times. I don't have a problem with Daisy Ridley. I think Daisy Ridley's actually come off very nice in most of her interviews that we've seen from her. I don't recall her ever saying anything overly disrespectful towards the fan base or whatever. That doesn't change the fact that Rey is a very, very unpopular character. She's a very unpopular character, and there's no way I see a major film being released as a solo project with Rey Palpatine at the forefront.
Well, it's not only that, it's like Lucasfilm does a wonderful job in putting great people around their projects that come out and say, I want to make men upset. I don't like white guys. This movie's not made for them. If you don't like it, don't watch. They just do a wonderful job. If you don't like it, you're a misogynist and probably a racist. And that's how it is. That was all surrounding this film as well. And so it's like, what? How many times are they going to keep doing that and go, man, people don't seem interested in this kind of stuff. Of course not. Yes, and that was sarcasm, by the way, if you didn't know. But it's like it's a constant. And for some reason, this whole acolyte thing I think that has done something. That has shaken something over there where either the board or someone came together and like, hey, look, we're giving you $200 million for a TV show. And we're continually giving you hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney Plus stuff that nobody watches. What makes you think they're going to go to the big screen? So I have a feeling they want to see like what the Mando movie's going to do before they even launch another project. The last Star Wars movie was the Rey film, right? The Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, and it barely creeped over $1 billion, and it barely made a profit.
It was going,
for them.
yeah. The trend was going down from
Well, yeah, I mean, Force Awakens makes $2 billion. Last Jedi makes $1.3 billion, and then Rise of Skywalker makes barely $1 billion. And essentially, Rise of Skywalker made no one happy. So you had the Last Jedi pissed off a huge portion of the fan base, the majority of the fan base, but then you had a bunch of different fans that came from the Last Jedi, and then the Last Jedi fans all hated the Rise of Skywalker because essentially the Rise of Skywalker abandoned anything that was set up in the Last Jedi, and everybody else that already hated everything from the Force Awakens and before the Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker is the biggest disaster ever. So that really left Star Wars in a weird place. Then, of course, you had the Mandalorian season 1, season 2 that really got things back on track. And now with the Mandalorian movie, I feel like they've lost all the momentum that they would have had for Mandalorian.
Fell apart, man.
Yeah, because Mandalorian, I'm still skeptical on if a Mandalorian movie can be a success because on the big screen, because that still probably could be a hit for them. It's really hard to tell.
You said after season 1 and 2, the Disney Plus shows were starting to pick up, because even I think for me personally, the Boba Fett series was the worst thing they ever put out.
Never saw it, thankfully.
That has high viewership, so it's like that thing is up there. They basically made the Book of Boba Fett just to get Baby Yoda back to Mando, which just once that happened, they took season 1 and season 2 of Mando and just flushed it in the toilet.
Yeah.
So it's like they did that in one episode, and because the toys were selling like crazy, everybody had to have a Baby Yoda doll, Christmas ornament, and they had to get him back because that's the only thing that they had that was making any movement for Star Wars. So they did that, and after that, it's just been nosedive city. Rey and Kylo Ren were the feature of the Star Wars hotel. That didn't turn out too well.
That didn't turn out too well at all.
That's how it is. Rey, you could see Rey walking. So here's the thing: if you go to Hollywood Studios, if you want to meet Darth Vader and get a picture, the wait time is about an hour. And we've recorded this on Park Hop, an hour, sometimes 2 hours. Chewbacca's about an hour. Rey just walks around the park. She just walks around Galaxy's Edge for anyone just to walk up and take a photo. So That's all I'm saying, man. Like, it's like, I wonder, like, it always makes me wonder if Darth Vader just starts walking through Galaxy's Edge, is he going to get mobbed? Are they going to need like people surrounding him, like for photos, or how would that work? That's it. But Rey walks around without a problem. Now, Chewbacca, they put behind like these border walls. So like he stands around the Falcon and like, he's kind of like untouchable. So he kind of looks like he's like fixing the Falcon, then he waves and then he walks off.
Would you say they built a wall?
They did.
Pretty interesting there.
They did.
Okay.
They built a wall.
Interesting how that
you
works
don't walk
out,
around,
Disney.
but Rey roams freely. She's just kind of like, hi. You know who I am?
Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. That's really the bottom line. Rey is again, nothing against Daisy Ridley, but Rey is a very unpopular and uninteresting character, and that is the fault of the people involved with these projects that were writing the character, developing the character, and developing the stories. Now, the other thing too is, I don't know if people have been paying attention to Lucasfilm, but them announcing projects that aren't actually happening, it's pretty much par for the course for them. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Rian Johnson, how's that trilogy working out for you, buddy? Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this, I don't think that Lucasfilm has ever addressed the Rian Johnson trilogy. I don't think they've ever addressed it. I don't think they've ever acknowledged that trilogy is never happening, even though right before The Last Jedi came out, they sent out press releases. It might still be on StarWars.com. I'm going to look that up right now to see if the Rian Johnson trilogy is still on StarWars.com as a press release.
So also this, if you remember, that Lucasfilm has also replaced or let go over 18 directors.
Yeah.
For Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
They just are like, you guys get a trilogy. You're going to get a movie. It's going to be great. And then it's like, yeah, we moved away from them. Or the directors are like, I'm not doing this crap. I'm out. Like, you basically are saying, do this while we want to do this. And it's like, no, I'm out. So then they leave. I mean, listen, Lando was supposed to be a series, then that got removed, and then they said, no, we're going to do a movie. And then it's like, okay, what about it? Well, we're just waiting for the green light. But we were in talks a few years ago. That's just one of many, that they were going to, I'm like looking through the list of people. It's crazy that a company like that couldn't, they can't even get or keep directors that want to work with the project.
StarWars.com. Rian Johnson, writer-director of Star Wars The Last Jedi, to create all new trilogy. This is November 9th, 2017. This would be about 5 weeks before the release, if I'm not mistaken. No, not 5 weeks. When did The Last Jedi release? It's got to be
2019.
No. It did release in 2017, but it was like December, like middle of December or something like that. So this is like a few weeks. This would be a few weeks before The Last Jedi released. So this is still on StarWars.com with Rian Johnson's trilogy here. So there you go. From director Rian Johnson, Star Wars The Last Jedi was just the beginning of his journey in a galaxy far, far away. Lucasfilm is excited to announce that Johnson will create a brand new Star Wars trilogy, the first of which he is set to write and direct. So there you go. As writer-director of Last Jedi, Johnson conceived and realized a powerful film in which Lucasfilm and Disney are immensely proud. Look at that. It's still there.
The other one was the other big one that had a lot of hype, is not the right word, but had a lot of attention, was Patty Jenkins. She was supposed to do that Rogue Squadron film.
Yes.
And they had posters. They even had, I don't know if they had a little clip. Maybe it was just like something from an old film. But, they brought her out and they paraded her around like, we're going to get Rogue Squadron. She did interviews about it and all that stuff. Then Wonder Woman 1984 hit. And Lucasfilm was like, well, we might do something else.
Yeah.
So, and then what about the guys from Game of Thrones? They were supposed to do one as well.
Well, they got hired for a trilogy, not a movie. Not a movie. We're talking about a trilogy. not a movie. This is two different people that Kathleen Kennedy has hired for trilogies, and neither trilogy has happened. How can you be that incompetent as a leader? How can you be that bad? She hired two different projects to, basically make trilogies, and neither one of them have happened. Not a movie. Not a movie. We're talking about trilogies, Jay.
Yeah.
How can you be that bad at your job? How? That's absolutely insane, dude.
It's pretty bad. It just is a lot of incompetence. I think the fact that Kathleen Kennedy came out and said the Acolyte writing, the story just brought her to tears, and it's exactly what Star Wars needs, which is the worst show ever viewed. The majority, no matter what people cry online about, the majority of people hated it, didn't watch it, walked away from it, thought it was dumb. And, I don't know how much money they lost for whatever. I mean, I guess it's weird for Disney Plus, but I don't know, man. I feel like she had a lot of, I think Kennedy had a lot of stake, and of course I'm just guessing here, in the Acolyte. I just feel like for them to greenlight that amount of money for like 25-minute episodes, with I guess, I don't know how you call the ending. Like, it's like it didn't really finish the story, and they greenlit it. They were like, yeah, this is going to be great. We'll probably do 3 or 4 series on this, and and there's no one from Lucasfilm that could come out and just say, well, we were just testing the water. You made the Acolyte for a season 2. Like, you don't put Plagueis in it. You don't have Yoda talking or like having a meeting at the end on how to deal with this threat and just say, we're going to walk away from it. You guys were planning for a season 2, maybe a season 3. And I just think when that thing failed so poorly and they just came out and were like, yeah, we're not going to even talk about a season 2, even though Ahsoka gets a season 2, Andor got a season 2, Mando has got 3 seasons and now a movie. It's quite telling. I don't know, man. I feel like that could have been the final straw for a lot of things.
Yeah.
If it was a big hit and everybody was praising it and they're like, yeah, we did it now, and they would use that to move forward. But we've been saying this forever. The High Republic series, and I even have a video on the channel, like, is the lowest for Star Wars books. Some of those books only sold like 3,000 to 4,000 copies. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Like, nobody was interested in the High Republic series. No one. When you see High Republic series reviews, on large YouTube channels that, like channels that want to get Geeks and Gamers demonetized, they barely crack 5,000 views on those reviews. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares about the High Republic. So the Acolyte was kind of a spinoff from the High Republic series because they thought in their minds that they had something great. This is all the diversity. This is all the non-binary. This is all the LGBTQ stuff that we can finally inject into Star Wars and the comic books and the books. And that's what they did. And they thought that those characters were going to be so popular that they want to see them in live action. So when they actually got like 1 or 2 of them in live action, people are like, I don't care about that crap. I don't even know who these characters are. It's like, and then on top of it, Leslie Headland did a horrible job in like writing and all that stuff, and like people just walked away. It just makes me wonder if that was it. The Disney stock has tanked. They've got other problems they got to deal with. Their past few Marvel films hasn't been good. Not Deadpool and Wolverine, of course, but they had the Marvels. We got
a trailer we're gonna react to here in just a minute.
Thunderbolts is they just dropped that trailer. The theme parks, they've even came out and said, yeah, like our numbers are dropping, and we expect that for some time. So, and now you have like Lucasfilm, just seems like they have an ATM card and a blank check to make stuff that nobody cares about or watches. Like, these people rely on toy sales and things like that, and it's like, who's buying that stuff? Like,
I
who's
know.
buying that stuff, man?
I know, it's absolutely insane. So, but yeah, that to close it up.
Ran over. There you go.
To close it up, we're gonna see what happens with this Ray movie, but it's reportedly on hold right now. I think it's Daniel, is it named like RPK or something like that? That's broke the story, and he's a little hit or miss on things. But they're saying that it's on hold, that it's being pushed back, that it could be delayed. They're working on the script, yada yada yada. This information is out there for a reason, because they're trying to gauge how much people actually care about this character and this project. That is strategic on their part. They do it all the time, so that they can actually see, like, hey, after the Acolyte failed and we lost all of this money, we need to make sure that people are interested in some of these projects we have coming up. Now, I think Mandalorian movie 100% is happening. I think that the, isn't there an Ahsoka movie, I think, too, that's supposed to be happening?
It's season 2. It's not even supposed to start filming until late next year.
Yeah.
After all the people have forgotten about it.
Yeah.
So, but this is what they do as well. They put it on hold, and then they're like, put this in the folder of never speak about it again.
Kind of like Ryan
we
Johnson's
don't give it
trilogy.
an official cancellation. The only one that they gave an official cancellation for was, I believe it was the Acolyte.
Oh,
so it was like
poor
someone can correct me, but it's like the Ryan Johnson trilogy. It's like, put that in the folder of never bring it up or talk about it again. And maybe people will forget.
Yeah, maybe. But we won't, because we are on the internet and we never forget shit. So we'll keep bringing it up. Raven Black Sparrow with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Enoch Maman for 50. Says, I know people like Penguin, but I can't get into Batman adjacent shows. I'm going to watch this show and think, where's Batman? Why hasn't he once tried to stop him? If Batman stops his plans off camera or appears in the end, I'll feel cheated. That's actually a really good point about these shows with that takes place in Gotham, but there's no Batman. Like, it is, how do you, I mean, look, it's like anything else, man. Like, it's like when you watch an MCU movie and there's like some horrible threat within like one of these individual movies, and you're like, well, where's Iron Man? Where's Captain America? If it's so bad, why aren't they helping? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the same kind of mindset, I think. Generally, you're able to separate that. At least I have with the Marvel movies, but like, you're talking about like a movie or a show that takes place in Gotham. So it is hard to like separate.
What's chat? What's the timeline for the Penguin? Is it before the movie, or does it take place during?
That's a good
or
question.
Right after? I don't know what the timeline is.
It's a good question.
Just curious.
But yeah, so it'll be. I'm looking forward to checking out Penguin.
Okay.
After, okay, cool.
After this. Thank you.
Matt Cave Gaming for 10 says, I didn't like the sequel trilogy, but mostly by the missed potential of new characters. If Rey, Finn, and Poe were to continue, is it even possible realistically for these characters to be redeemed? That's a good question. I don't think so, personally. I don't think that these characters can be redeemed. I just don't see it. There was a ton, man. Listen, you can say whatever you want at this point in time. Prior to The Force Awakens, you have never had more goodwill going for Star Wars. Like, the goodwill was out of control. Everybody, generally speaking, was hyped, excited, looking forward to it. And you started to see the pieces then, because like some random person made a comment about John Boyega, and they took like one random comment and the media blew it out of proportion of like, racist Star Wars fans are attacking John Boyega. And that's not what happened at all. I mean, was there a comment here or there? Potentially, but they love to take these one comments and blow it out of proportion. It's absolutely bullshit. So you started to see the pieces before The Force Awakens even released. But yeah, so it's I don't think they can be redeemed. I think that this ship has sailed. I have been saying this for a long time, that they need to get out of not only we all have said that they need to get out of the era of like the original trilogy era, but at Skywalker this point in time,
era,
you need to move on. You need to just go so far into the future and get away from all of this timeline that you have fucked up, and almost reboot of sorts. But when people from the past are discussed, it needs to be people like Luke, Han, and Leia, not Rey, Finn, and Poe. But even then, it's just going to come off as pathetic and desperate. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Maddening says, let's go. New week, new opportunity. What's up, Maddening? Elite Neo says, hey, Jeremy, from one Pensacolian to another, stay alert. The projected pass for what will become Hurricane, is it Helene or Helena, have the Gulf Coast in its sights. I just heard about this last night. So I was out of town. I was down in Orlando. And so, yeah, we do have a hurricane apparently heading directly for us here in Pensacola. So guess we'll see what happens. We'll have to make
those things. Like, if you live in Florida, you understand, like, I mean, well, I guess most people understand. It's just those things could, like, they're coming right for your house, then make like a beeline left.
Yeah.
Just take out some, like, the other coast, or it's like it's hard to see where they're gonna go, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Ian says, Beardo fat, Beardo gay, Beardo eat corn the long way. Ina Aman says, today is my birthday. I feel real freaking old. Well, happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday.
Listen, I'm at a point where I don't even celebrate my birthday anymore. Jay still does his birthday month, okay? But I didn't
do it this year. I'm trying to learn.
I'm too damn old, man. I just get depressed when I have a birthday at this point. I'm like, 1 year closer to death. Great, yay. Hey.
I'm just looking for a van to buy so I could drive America. That's gonna be my last big show.
Okay.
It's gonna drive America for like 2 years in a van. Van life. I'll still be able to do daily. I'll have the satellite in my laptop, so don't worry, Jeremy.
Love you, Jay and Jeremy. You guys rule. Thank you for the $9.99. We appreciate that.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, if you did not see it, we do have limited edition IDOT merch over on 221B. This is the Halloween edition. If you want to go check these out over on 221B, you can. You can also get the combo with the shirt and the hoodie. This is a limited run, October 1st. It's done. So if you want it, Rise of the IDOTs. That is IDOT, the Geeks and Gamers mascot right there. So if you guys are interested, please go over there. I love the 199 on the skull and everything like that, man. That's super freaking cool. So there is a link in the pinned comment right there, Jessica's pinned comment. So please go over there. October 1st, it's done, and we're going to get these bad boys shipped out as soon as the campaign ends. So lots of merch from Geeks and Gamers, so make sure you guys are on top of that. Taker says, during the F&T Rings of Power discussion, something happened to Ryan's hair. About 1 hour and 34 minutes, he became Emo Ryan, or what I call Bully McKinnell. Really? I have to look at that. Japanese Demon says, the Thunderbolts trailer has been released. You might want to beat Nerdrotic on this one. Yeah, we're about to react to that one. Thoughts on fitness with Nigel says, Jeremy, having Jay on Cobra Cast for President Trump coverage is perfect, Jay. And I can only speak for myself, represents the everyman so good. Well, look at there, Jay.
You can also check my own personal response on the Welcome to Rebellion podcast channel.
There we go.
I do a Thursday morning bright and early stream about the week. But yeah, I love being on Cobra Cast with you guys. Thank you. Thanks, Jeremy, for always having me.
Of course. Thunderstrike says, why am I not surprised that Ghost Rider is now in a wheelchair? The penance stare should now work on white people as they fear for their white privilege.
They put Ghost Rider in a wheelchair to go do Ghost Rider things? I have not seen that.
I haven't seen that. So G. Gregory says, make Daily great again. Swap Jeremy, a homosexual, for Ryan. Jay, what's up, man? Congrats on Green. Much love to all my fellow authors in the 199. Corey Wilson says, Transformers 1 is awesome. Man, there's like
it's a mixed bag out there, isn't it?
It is. Parker with the scan in Geeks and Gamers message. Thank you. Appreciate that. So Uncivilized says, go Hawks. Paper Liger becomes a new member. Thank you. Skyos.
Sios for
Sios?
199.
Yeah, sounds about right. And again, most of folks saying Transformers movies is good is like saying the new Star Wars trilogy too. Just saying. I did not like the trailer. I'll say I did not like the trailer. Okay. So that's, we'll see though. We Too Dumb says, I don't like Star Wars. It's boring. Hey, Jay.
Hey,
Taker says the Acolyte made Disney shareholders cry too. Deez Weibo says Thunderbolts looks like generic Suicide Squad. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and jump into that. All right, let's watch the new trailer from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Here we go. All right, we're a minute in, and I don't care.
I know.
I'm just saying. I mean, I just don't care at this point in time.
I'm not sure what.
That's my minute and 6 seconds into it. I don't care.
We're not going to talk about Black Widow. All I know is that's Bucky.
The fuck is happening?
What
man?
is this show?
This is not like I have no interest in. It's not even like I'm not even like angry about it. This just looks.
Hold on, I gotta highlight this chat. Hold on. Special. It's not Captain America. It's I can't remember his name.
What's the plan?
This could get messy. But eventually, you come to realize that there are bad guys, and there are worse guys, and nothing else. Look at you. So adorable.
Don't worry, she's bulletproof. What happened to bulletproof? It's bulletproof-ish. Is that Bucky?
That's no good.
I don't know, like it doesn't
really
like
move the needle for anything.
I'm not going to sit here and say that this is like the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm just saying like it's kind of it's just basic and bland to me.
Yeah.
That's all I really have to say about it. Now, I am not caught up with the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all. In terms of like, I've been checked out for a long time, so
There's nothing to catch up on. Deadpool and Wolverine, like it was a standalone film.
Well, I'm saying like I don't even know if did I watch Black Widow. I think I did. I did watch Black Widow.
It was like they edited it on an iPhone 8.
Yeah. So,
the Mahler's Black Widow like review was like 4 hours long. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like. Was that what song was that? Was that the Coldplay song?
I don't know, but they use it a lot.
That was Coldplay, right? That wasn't Coldplay. And I'm saying it was the Coldplay song, right? Am I right about that?
You're asking the wrong person.
Well, that's like an
I listen to banjo
song,
music, man. Come on. There it is. The Pixies.
Pixies. Yeah. So,
apparently Harrison Ford is in it. He makes a guest appearance. So I don't know. Lawrence. I thought
it was the Fix You song that somebody was singing like a cover of, but I guess I'm wrong. Okay. So, but anyway, overall, I don't like it. I don't care. I'm good with like if people are excited about it, that's fine. So like
this movie is gonna have to be like super good and get word of mouth. If not, people are just gonna be like, this is just an average, this is just a regular, Marvel movie where the heroes don't have a purpose, and then they all come together to fight a bad guy. That's a blueprint. So
yeah. Hey, y'all can hate on Coldplay all you want. When they brought Michael J. Fox out at that concert like 2 months ago, did you see that shit?
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest things I've ever seen, man. Michael J. Fox deserved it, bro. So I'm not a fan of Coldplay at all, but damn. And I like a couple of their songs. When they brought Michael J. Fox out there, that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. That was one of the coolest things.
They also got a new Gladiators 2 trailer without rap music, apparently.
But yeah, so Thunderbolts, I think that's a big fat meh from me. I don't care about it. I don't care about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I just do not care. It means absolutely nothing to me. So, where you at on it, Jay?
Like I said, it just looks like a Joe average superhero film. Especially, it's going to be a tough one because the only known character for the majority of people is Bucky, and I don't think he has the star power to pull people to want to watch that. You know, it's not like there's like a known Marvel character in this. So without having something like that, it's going to be hard to. The last time I saw something where people were like, I don't know about this film, was like Guardians of the Galaxy, but even I think Guardians were more known than the Thunderbolts or in the Marvel universe. So it's like, yeah. That's not Captain America. That's like a fake Captain America. So
yeah.
So people are asking, wasn't that Captain America in the film? It's like, no, but I don't think so. But yeah, I don't. It's got to be like something really super, super good for word of mouth to get it out there. The U.S. agent Captain America. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I think the whole thing. I think that movie's like, I don't know what the budget is on this movie, but I do not think that it's going to do very well at all. I don't think it's going to do very well at all. But hey,
no, it's like this. Yeah, like what? Why watch this film?
If people are excited about it, then people can be excited about it. Just because I brought it up, I want to show everybody this moment right here. Look at Michael J. Fox, man. Look at him jamming out back there. That's freaking cool, man. That was like the happiest I've seen him in a long time, man. So, so you can say fuck Coldplay all day long, and I'll agree with you. But at least they brought out Michael J. Fox.
$150 million budget. Dang, the Acolyte costs more.
Let's see here.
Are you kidding? That's amazing.
Me? The Acolyte costs more than that.
If people are saying in the chat that it's $150 million.
So that means budget. It needs so then you're going to have to essentially double that, and so it's going to have to make 300 to 400 million potentially to break even. And I don't think the Marvel Cinematic Universe has that level of power anymore.
No, especially with like I said, with like not known Marvel characters that most people don't know who these people are. So.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people thought like, well, Deadpool and Wolverine, because of the success of that, like, oh, they're back. 100% not the case at all. Deadpool and Wolverine was phenomenal, but it was phenomenal because of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, not because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not even close. Like, that was an anomaly right there. Before that, what was the last MCU movie that you liked, or MCU project that you liked before Deadpool and Wolverine?
It's just the standalone films. The Spider-Man one, I like that. I like the last Spider-Man when they brought all the like Toby and all them together.
Yeah, No Way Home.
But again, that was basically a standalone. And of course, it's massive nostalgia. What Deadpool did and the Spider-Man movie did was bring back the 2000 era of like superheroes and their villains. You know, they brought back Blade. They brought back, Doc Ock. They brought back all those characters that we remember from the Tobey Maguire movies and, from those 2000 X-Men films and stuff like that. They brought that back and they treated, in my opinion, they treated them with respect. So I freaking loved seeing Blade in there. And if Marvel was smart, they would take Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds tweeted, like, you need to give Wesley Snipes his own Blade film. Like, just give it to him. Give him a Logan. Give him one last go.
Yes.
If they were smart, they would greenlight that right away while everybody's excited.
Bro, there's no reason not to do that.
It can't cost that much. It's not hard. He has a sword and he kills vampires. Like, that's all you need. You don't have to, like,
And
rewrite
if you want to get into the breaking of the fourth wall stuff, okay, you want to get into breaking of the fourth wall, go ahead and bring what's his name into it. Twilight Man, bring him into it and just let Blade kill his ass, okay? Like, do you know what that would do? Just as a one-off little joke in the moment, okay? What Edward, just bring Edward into it, okay?
Yeah. So drop Blade in the Twilight series and let him go.
Dude, it would be the greatest thing ever. And they could make a joke of it. Maybe he's actually Robert Pattinson in the movie, okay? So that he's not for copyright reasons. Just have Robert Pattinson in the movie and let Blade just like off him in like a nightclub or some stuff like that.
Listen,
it would be
all
amazing.
I'm saying, when Sylvester Stallone said, "I'm gonna make another Rambo film," it was Rambo 4, and everyone was like, "Oh man, what is he doing, man? It's not gonna be good. Like, it's past his prime." That movie was awesome. It was Did you ever see Rambo 4?
Yes.
When he was like, and the missionaries hired him, and all he does is get a giant gun and blow everybody up for 15 minutes. That was the movie, and it was awesome. That's all we wanted. It didn't cost a lot. He made money on the film. He made enough to do a Rambo 5, and that's all it was. You don't have to like change anything here. You don't have to like rewrite in it. You just put the guy in there, put freaking Blade in there, give him his sword, and let him kill everybody. That's what we want to see. That's all it was. Rambo 4 was like awesome. That's all they did. Well, they shot people's heads off. They saved the day. They rescued the missionaries that survived. That's it. And then he walks away. That's all he did. Like,
you know what the worst thing?
Like, that's perfect.
You know what Wesley Snipes? You know what Blade has going against him more than anything? He's a black character that everybody likes.
Yeah,
that's the worst thing going for him because they can't build their victim bullshit around it. They can't build their victim narrative around it because everybody loves Blade. Everybody loves Wesley Snipes. So you can't sit there and release this character and then talk about all the racism surrounding it because that's how Hollywood, generally speaking, views their minority characters is like, well, if we can't build a fake narrative around it, then why would we even release it? They never talk about Blade. They never celebrate Blade. They never talk about anything regarding Blade. Why? Because they need to build that bullshit idea that there's this racism that's holding everybody back and all this bullshit. At the end of the day, you're not going to find a more universally loved character than Blade. You're not going to do it. It doesn't mean that the Blade movies were the most successful things ever made, but they were relatively successful. But you're not going to find a more universally respected or loved character than Wesley Snipes' Blade. You're not going to do it.
No, man. It's just, it can't cost a lot of money just to have him walk around with a sword and just kill a bunch of vampires. It's just, I don't get it, man. Pull the trigger. This latest Blade movie's got all kinds of problems. The script sucked. They had to write it like 5 or 6, 7 times. The director's leaving. The actor's frustrated. People are like, I don't want to be on this project no more. And you sit back and go, how is that so hard? Like, I don't understand. Like, what are you guys trying to do here? Like, it's not hard. It's Blade. He kills vampires. That's it. He gets beat up. He stitches himself back together. And then he goes back and kills the bad guy. That's it. It's not hard.
None of this is complicated at all.
It's not. I don't get it.
I do want to point out, because we do often talk about like to dislike ratios when they're bad, but this actually has a really positive like to dislike ratio. It's 185,000 upvotes to 7,200 downvotes right now as we speak. So I just wanted to give that for clarification. It looks like people are liking the Thunderbolts trailer. I personally, it didn't do anything for me, but it looks like people are generally liking it for the most part. So there's that. So I just wanted to put that out there just to be fair and give proper context to that. And Marcellus says, Luke, Han, and Leia saying to Disney, you could not live with your own failure. And where did that bring you? Back to us, 100%. Ministry of Wrong Things says the Johnson trilogy is the best analogy for our loveless marriage with Star Wars. They keep saying, I'm coming, but we know they're lying. Japanese Demon Lord says, remember the South Park episode when China tried to save Star Wars from Disney? I think Matt and Trey were trying to tell us something. They're always ahead of the curve, it would seem. They're always ahead of the curve. Tobias says, if there isn't any R34 of a show, it's a major failure. Even the worst Star Wars stuff had some until Acolyte. If sex sells, that tells a lot. Cultural Breakdown says any IDOT Christmas sweaters, as long as the Halloween campaign is successful, then yes, there will be more and more IDOT stuff. So again, that's over there on 221B right now. The IDOT shirt is over there. So, but yes, we have an idea for some Christmas stuff as well with IDOT. So hopefully you guys enjoy the Halloween, and then we'll see what happens. Quentin Edwards says, Jeremy, what's your favorite G.I. Joe action figure? Jay, do you know the answer to that question?
I would say Cobra Commander, but I believe it's Snake Eyes.
It's not. It's neither one of those.
Is it wait. Is it the Winter Storm Shadow?
The one you bought me.
Yeah.
Version 2 Storm Shadow. Version 2 Storm Shadow is my favorite G.I. Joe action figure.
I bought it. I'm a nice guy.
Now Snake Eyes is my favorite character, but Storm Shadow Version 2 Storm Shadow is my favorite actual figure. I've got a lot of nostalgia for V2 Storm Shadow. V2 Storm Shadow is amazing. Cole Hauser says, hey, Jeremy, I'm going down a rabbit hole trying to collect all the classifieds. I know Transformers 1 may not be for me, but I'm just a G1 guy, a real American hero. Hey, brother, I get it. And there's nothing wrong with you having that take. You know that. I know you know your stuff, bro. Look at that. Hanging out with Gina and Jay. Look at there. So
he was awesome.
Yeah, he knows his stuff too, man. So Timotheus becomes a new member. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the super chat earlier. Jonathan D says Transformers 1 is great. Marketing was bad and misleading. Okay. Andrew CR says Thunderfucks series looks like I'm going to not watch it. Is it a series or a movie? It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a movie. Let's see. Krizik says, I'm going to say it because I'm an old Tarkara guy. Transformers 1 is a movie that most tourists will like. You can still like it if you want, but let's not lie to ourselves. So there you go. I mean, I wasn't like, I liked Transformers as a kid. I was never I didn't follow Transformers that closely. I followed obviously G.I. Joe, but I followed like Transformers, Thundercats and all of that, but it was much like those were not the prominent thing for me. Do you remember Silverhawks?
I do. They were pretty good. But Transformers was my number 1 and G.I. Joe was number 2.
So, Silverhawk
is like underrated.
Bro, Silverhawks was the coolest thing ever. Okay. Ever. I even had like the pajamas. So my pajamas, when I raised my arms, I had wings. And I was like, nobody's fucking with me, bro. Nobody. I had wings on my pajamas. Nobody was messing with me. I'll even show you if I can find those Silverhawks pajamas. Let's see. Silver. Like when I got those Silverhawks pajamas, it was over. I was like, nobody is messing with me. I am the baddest mofo on the planet. I'd run around. I found out I couldn't fly, which kind of sucked. Okay, right here, man. Listen, this was me. Jay, just understand that there was nobody that was messing with me, okay? And this isn't actually me, just for clarification purposes. But right here, I had these pajamas, bro. You wasn't messing with me. I had the wings. Let's go, man. I was a BMF, all right? I was like, I got the wings. I would jump from like my bed and try to fly. It didn't work. Busted my head a few times. Probably why I'm retarded now. But you know, I mean,
all of us jumped off the top bunk. Either we were doing an elbow from Macho Man on something, put a bunch of pillows on the floor. It's like, I'm going to give him the Macho Man elbow.
Oh, man. Is that a MAGA red? I don't know how much that translates to USD, but either way, it's pretty to see a red bomb in the chat. Zan Zoltan says, to be honest, after seeing the ending of that trailer, I can say that I just saw Borderlands 2, but I did buy Marvel. This is going to flop hard. Hail, Geeks and Gamers, and Jay. Thank you. Appreciate that, brother. Ministry of Wrong Things says, Guardians of the Suicide of the Galaxy. Honestly, I don't think it was even that close to looking like. Well, Suicide Squad looked like Guardians of the Galaxy for sure. What was that? other film that was like, you could tell when something really does lean into the Guardians thing. That looked just super generic. I don't even think it classifies as Suicide Squad or Guardians of the Galaxy. Taker says, what are we? Some kind of Thunderbolt squad? Timothea says, oof, they gave Yelena the Hillary haircut. John Papa Sergio says, too much comedy. Every beat in the trailer had a zinger line. What are they doing? I didn't like the trailer. I just didn't like it. Spirian says, with a 199 super sticker, thank you. We Too Dumb says, Elon liked my tweet. I made it. Oh, that's awesome. Zevin Cross says, Marvel Suicide Squad, basically. We Too Dumb says, Stargate is way better than Star Wars. Jason Yankovic says, I can't decide if I'm interested in Thunderbolts or Captain America 4. I think I'd rather see Thunderbolts. If I had to pick the two, after what we saw from Captain America and his little speech on Disney Plus, I'm far more interested in Thunderbolts out of the two, but I don't care about either one. Raised by Wolves says, they're trying to replace Black Widow with the blonde chick. Not going to happen. No one knows her. No one cares. Hail the 199 IDOTs. We Too Dumb says, Justice Department releases a bounty on Trump. Mr. Wilson says, Guardians of the Member Berries. Taker says, Jeremy, did you see that picture of Scott Steiner's son who plays for the Jacksonville State? He was homeschooled with that Steiner math for sure. I have not seen that yet, but that sounds interesting. River Miles says, Blade with P. Diddy as villain. Bro, the P. Diddy stuff is just out of control right now, man. Cole Hauser says, the only Thunderbolt I care about is A10. Lord Bothus says, people are interested in Thunderbolts because Bucky has been reported to be the leader, not Yelena. And to be honest, people like John Walker, U.S. agent. John Papa Sergio says, I've got all the classified figures. Jeremy saw my collection on video on Twitter. He can vouch for me. I did. Freaking crazy. He's got all the classifieds. It was awesome. Keenan says, are you going to watch Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story on Netflix? I don't know what type of spin they're going to put on that. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll check that out or not.
God, that story was so big.
It was huge.
What year was that?
It was huge.
I don't even remember, but it's like that was like the only thing on TV for like 6 months, it seems.
Yeah. Zevin Cross says the Silverhawks theme song was amazing, just like the 90s X-Men theme. 100%. Freedom Corp says, Jeremy, please play the G.I. Joe PSA body massage. I'll see if I can find that one. We have finally got Dark theme on StreamYards, by the way. Bronson Knight says, damn, Marvel Disney scrapping down as desperate bottom of the IP barrel for source material. They don't understand that comic source material was in the shit, shit in comics don't translate to movies. Vault 95 says, Jeremy, who is the cereal fig, has given up on gaming. He'd rather save America than play Fortnite. Pat says, did you hear about the new race swap Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? It's called, damn you, Jay. It's called Ninjas with Attitude. We'll just say that. Jay and his freaking memes. All right, Jay, what do you got going on?
I'm actually taking a few days off. So if you don't see me post or upload videos or anything, I'm gonna take a little break. So that's about it.
How much are we talking? Email me. Jeremy@geeksandgamers.com. I was never big in collecting like a lot of the vehicles because the vehicles were so expensive for me as a kid, but I'm interested to see what you have for sure. So
I'm looking for a Starscream original that's clean in the box. That'll probably go for some money, but
probably. East Coast Toasted Boy says, already had 3 Ray Palpatine movies. Don't need another one. Also, I like how it takes an anarchist Ripa to admit Donnie T had an assassination attempt. I mean, yeah, like the Ray movie, I just don't think that I just don't think anybody cares, bro. Nobody cares.
It's too late. Like it's
way too late.
They think Rey and all these characters, they put them on the same scale as Luke, Han, and Leia, which that took years, to build that stuff up.
It took a long time.
So,
and even building it up, it took decades to see that those characters had staying power. Like you can't just you just can't throw people in a Star Wars film and just expect like, oh, they're going to be icons. They're going to be icons because of Star Wars. No, that's not it. That's
also
not
if I disappear, my social media gets deleted for a couple days. It has nothing to do with Diddy. Just want y'all to know that. If my Twitter disappears or something, or all the tweets get deleted, I just want to throw that on record. It has absolutely nothing to do with Diddy.
So by saying that, that's exactly what people are gonna say. So
but I have to put it on record for record purposes.
But don't forget, go over to 221B, the IDOT shirt that you see on screen. The hoodie is there, the shirt is there. You can get the combo. They're only available until October 1st, and then we're shutting it down, and then we're gonna send those out. I think that is one of the coolest designs I've seen, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else we're gonna come up with. But first and foremost, make sure you go check those out. We're already working on getting the other IDOT stuff sent out. But yeah. You got till October 1st on those. So thank you guys so much for all the support. We do appreciate it. And I'll probably do an earlier Cobra Cast than normal because there's a lot to talk about. So I might be live in the next few hours over there. So keep your eye out on my D-Day Cobra channel. And then we have gaming tonight over on Geeks Gamers Play as well. So we got a busy night. Space Comma Digger says Jay was the baby oil seller. Look at there, Jay. So
I can't confirm or deny anything.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Great Geeks Gamers Daily. We appreciate you. 221B Tactical, IDOT shirt. Get it before it's gone. Have a good evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Say bye.
Bye, everyone. Hi, Epic Mike in the chat.